46. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. So after the INT, it's Allen out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Allen. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Allen now on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. He's got the hook up to John Brown to the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And they'll go on the ground. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
We often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
They'll set up to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14. Yards and a Steeler first.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Lucky 56.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He goes underneath for Yeldon. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Allen. collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Green 39! Green 39! Leopard!
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go! 3-19!
Play action. Now it's Allen. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It's always a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Allen going to go on 4th down. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. Spins past it. Oh, now he bowls him over. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. On 2nd down, here's Allen. It's caught left side by John Brown. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The rookie Allen sharp on this drive as he leads his guys up 1st and 10. First down, and they're going to throw without it. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Green 39! Green 39!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Cole Beasley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills will extend their lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Tavecchio now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. Shifts by him. And now running right through him. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Gun.
Now a play fake here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Allen looks to throw on second down. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Allen to throw on third down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the
I don't like this game already.
On second and 10, eluding the pressure right. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17, and they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
Let me go home. No, give me one. Give me one.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. John Brown with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0.
You might be playing against a bot right now.
Tavecchio now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28.
Oh, what the gang? That's gonna be a robbery.
Yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Call me a bitch, nigga. I didn't take that shit too nicely, man. I knew I had to come in, bro. This nigga the fuck out.
Points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points.
You gonna ask me, like, what I do, like you fall asleep last night. I'm like, what the fuck do they have to do with today? Nigga, he's like, run
but you
what's
also
up?
don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Like, bitch.
Now on first down, he'll drop the throw.
Like I can't grab a nigga at first, though.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense, it just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Nigga.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back.
Lucky you got that shit back. That's why I scoop that shit and take it to the house. You hear your mommy? You hear her?
Right now.
Keep going straight.
Okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it, but I don't want it right now. No, it's a accurate.
On first down.
Yeah, now like that.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player,
a nigga intensive going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming good and shit, but as soon as I get off the car going to CVS,
big tackle,
shit
knock
was
the
on
ball
the
free.
nigga. I'm like,
Anything you can do to slow them down.
I ain't even trying to look at
Throw
her.
to the end
Like,
zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Shit, well, the cause is, I was like, man, I couldn't even talk to her and my mouth hurting and
On
shit.
play action, they'll throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
I'm running on that, cuz.
Picked off at the 23.
Man, the good guy, right?
Will take over at
Good
the
guy,
25-yard
Good guy.
Niggas that part of the good guy club, huh? That guy?
Good guy. So look.
So after the INT, it's Allen. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
That's what she said to do.
Calling
That's
a gain of 3.
what she grunting for. Like,
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play.
They said
But
only
if you're on
guard.
offense, be aware. Ball
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. picked off by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Steps away to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Gone, 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 gone.
And now a first chance for the backup here. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side.
Nigga, give me that. Nigga. Wow. Bro, look at that bullshit, cuz.
Exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was.
You see that bullshit?
Video game.
Especially for the final. I guess, what do we say?
I put him on punishment,
right?
man.
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
Yeah, punishment, man.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out.
Their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line.
I need some fucking receivers, bro.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And this one caught by Beasley. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Yeldon. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run with Clement. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. It's a quarterback sneak. And able to follow his center and pick up the 1st. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. This is Clement, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Myles Jack there to make the tackle.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
What?
Lucky 56.
And now they'll throw with Allen. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
3-19.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Yeldon fighting. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for the Steelers. And even 40 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Matt Milano in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Yeldon. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. Throwing on 2nd down. And he slings one that's incomplete. T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Flushed out right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
That's to his running back, complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They're looking deep for Adams. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Detroit!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he finds McDonald. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off down near the 5.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. In his own end zone, it's Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm was just off. He just got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Watch him now, Barney.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaq Lawson in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Oh, now he bowls him over. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Jack, Patriot!
All right, can you stop talking this shit?
So Allen's going to look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I remember Coach told me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 12 yards that time.
We ain't got no PG, I ain't running.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. To throw, it's Allen. Oh, he shifts past him. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Yeah, we ain't put this nigga down by 30 yet? Really quick.